Alright guys, welcome to TOBI TV channel. How are they guys? So the northern communities are calling the world to, do all they can to support Biafra. And I want you guys to actually see this video yourself, but this one is like, sometimes some people would say that this Biafran thing is now becoming a miracle, from being an online country. Then people are now seeing it that the online country is now becoming a reality, right? So northern communities and some northern leaders, the main pillars, are calling out the Nigerian government and also the UN, ICC, and every other countries or people involved to let the Biafrans go, because they are ready to go. But I want you guys to listen to this particular news update yourself, and we'll be right back.
From South Korea, or rather from Korea, breaking to South and North Korea, to the Western and Eastern Germany, to common here, Cameroon, that you have the English and the French part that are trying to go away. You know what is going on. So for anybody to be calling for war, or you think you can just separate, it's not easy. I believe in Nigeria. I believe Nigeria will continue to exist. Whether we like it or not, there is a problem. We need to discuss the problem. We are disagreeing with ourselves, and we have every reason to disagree. The North before now is saying we don't believe in separation. But as I'm standing, I'm telling you that if there's going to be separation tomorrow, the North is ready for it. We are also ready. Let's go our either ways. And I'm telling you this with all sincerity. Northern Nigeria before now do not want to hear anything separation. But as of today, as I speak to you, the North is equally ready to leave. That is number one. Number two, talking about presidency. What I'm going to say might be controversial. You might disagree with it, but it's the absolute reality, and I speak in the mind of Northerners. And I have no apology to anybody in this hall on what I'm going to say, though I respect the leaders, elders, and fathers that are here. I duly respect them. But I have no apology to anybody on what I'm going to say. And let's please be serious. We are here for serious business. Let us not make it a discussion floor if we truly want to do this. Now, talking about rotational presidency, what I thought we should be looking at is credibility, competency, patriotism, nationalistic thinking, the love for one another, and things like that. That is what I thought should constitute who becomes Nigeria's president. Not regional, tribal, ethnical, or any other thing. Please disagree with me, but I will speak. This is why we are here. This is why we are here. Good. Let us discuss the controversy and let us find a solution to it. This is why we are here. If you disagree with me, come up and give your position. This is my position. This is the position of Northern Nigeria. So if you disagree, make your position known. Now, let us look at competency, credibility, patriotism, the love for the country to move Nigeria forward. Yes, we should create, there should be a room for discussion. Call it national conference, call it restructuring, call it whatever. I agree that we should come to a round table and discuss Nigeria and discuss the way forward for Nigeria. I agree that we are disagreeing. I agree that there's a problem. I agree that there is, if you like, call it lopsided appointment. I am not in government, so I don't speak for the government. I speak for not a particular tribe or region be seen as a threat to a country. If one region or tribe or religion is a threat to this country, then all of us are threatening Nigeria, and we are all threat to Nigeria. Then let us come and discuss the problem, find the solution to the problem, and let's move forward as Nigeria.
The summary of it. The summary of it is that we cannot run away from this stark reality that Nigeria has to be restructured. Whether it is the restructuring that gives more powers to states or a return to the regional arrangement of the past, or the restructuring that allows parts of the country that want to go and stand as independent nation, whatever that restructuring means, we must not run away from it. And our position as bishop, and I must say now, I'm carrying you along as a diocese, is that if we continue to pretend that all is well, we will keep bleeding profusely. And very soon, there might be nothing called Nigeria. Instead of our killing ourselves under the pretext of remaining one indivisible nation, some people say Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. I want to say it is negotiable. This thing is like marriage. You don't force two people to get married. We have been forced into a marriage that is hurting us. And every day we are dying and pretending to be one. Please, instead of our killing ourselves, and there will be no Nigeria left, let us come to a round table like this. Bring Nigeria as a cake. Bring one big knife and share the cake.
On behalf of Yoruba Liberation Command, Yolicom, we are compelled by the prevailing political circumstances to take a stand on the state of Nigeria as affects the future of over 50 million Yoruba people spread across the world. You will recall that since 2014, when Nigeria was amalgamated at gunpoint, the country has been thrown into one turmoil or the other. For over a century, Nigeria has failed to meet the international benchmark of socio-political and economic development. The only references to Nigeria's grandeur were the striking achievements of the then three regions of West, East, and the North. Since the collapse of federalism and the three tiers founded to a large extent on the civilization and values of ethnic configuration in the country, Nigeria has remained in the tunnel of misery, pangs, and pains, including the fact that the country was plunged into an unavoidable civil war that took no fewer than 1 million lives. Since the end of the war, millions of Nigerians, as individuals and collectively as a society, have continued to wage and fight wars of survival, characterized by extreme hunger and lack of the essentials of life, like housing, good water, shelter, electricity, health, and drinkable water. It has been most traumatic for the Yoruba Nation, which between 1953 and 1966 raised one of the most advanced political economies in Africa and in the entire Black world, pairing on the same level with many countries in Europe by the standard of the time. The Yoruba educational, cultural, political institutions were not only some of the best in Africa. The then Western region gave hope to the entire Black world with the highest Human Development Index in Africa by the rating of the UNDP. The destruction of regional system of government has turned Nigeria into a unitary state, dotted by a savage culture of corruption, ineptitude, inefficiency, moral degradation, deaths, violent crimes, and now violent religious extremism. The so-called democracy is nothing but the imposition of individual will through an orchestrated mass corruption where the poverty of the voters are exploited for electoral gains by politicians seeking political offices. Democracy is about the interests of the few elected people and their cronies. Democracy is now government of the party, for the party leaders, and by the party members. Since 1914, the recurrent question has been, should Nigeria remain one or not? Should the bottled-up energies free and liberate themselves from the shackles of misery, the fetters of iron, and the muddiness of agony, or should they remain in eternal servitude? The question has come up again in the past few months with various groups making demands. You will agree with us that the self-determination groups in the Yoruba Nation are the engine of our history today. We have the largest population with which all the members of the main political parties in Yoruba land combined together cannot equal. Our members are not in this movement for personal gains like we have in the political parties. Our members are in these organizations to make sacrifices and if necessary lay down their lives for the Yoruba Nation. We wish to announce to this important gathering that we in Yolicom, representing some of the finest leaders of self-determination groups from across the Yoruba Nation, have weighed the options extensively. For the past 3 months, we have been consulting with all the Yoruba self-determination groups, meeting poor and malnourished Yoruba people, talking to our people in the villages, towns, and on the hills and mountains in the rural communities of the Yoruba Nation. In the light of the foregoing, and in response to the occurrences of Nigeria of the past few months, including but not limited to the releases, utterances, and comments of certain groups representing the Igbo Nation in Nigeria, IPOB, meaning the indigenous people of Biafra, Movement for the Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra, MASOB, among others, to the effect that they desire to leave Nigeria and cease to be called Nigerian. And certain groups representing the Arewa, people of northern Nigeria, to the effect that the Igbo people should vacate the territory of northern Nigeria.
Inyamurai about sun sayi Biafra, Yarba about su yi Oduduwa Republic, mu ko in Najeriya in su canza mata suna muka yi. Shikenan maganin ƙeya rabuwa. Ni ban san taurin kan da ke ɗiban mutanen mu ka Arab in ba a raba ƙasar shi me an zama da su. Mutum ne ya riga ya rena ka bai son ko mi kai bai gani nai duk kokarin da kai mai bai gani don Allah me an zama da wannan dan iska. Don haka Allah don rahamaka ka kawo kaddara ta sa an karaba Najeriya kuma a raba ta uku ba biyu ba a raba ta uku ya raba a ba su tasu inyamurai a ba tasu muku ba tsaya ga tamu ba shikenan ba amma ku zo kuna ta mai Allah shi ɗebe mai albarka ban mi wannan da sun kai mana ni yanzu idan sa akwai mai amfanin mi man yayi mana mu talakawa su manya suke shan man shi yasa ba su a raba Allah ka bari yanga a raba a ba kowa tashi kowa Allah ku kwashe tunun buka dauka har da gino ne haka iko sannan ina kira ga a hidda nan da Kanu a bashi Biafra a basu Biafra mu ko mai tsaye mu nan ne yanga mu samu ta mu suna amma wace Najeriya mu sa mata wani suna shikenan an huta kowa ya ce in ka
leadership in the north has shifted to a new generation like us that are less patient, that are in a hurry to see progress all over. We want to see peace and security, but we are also not afraid to discuss any issue. And therefore,
including issues of state creation, including issues of fiscal federalism, and all these issues mentioned, including by President Tinubu while he was in the opposition. So you're not afraid of all these issues?
No. If you talk about restructuring, depending on who you're talking with, you talk to people, someone from South, he wants own and manage his own resource. If you talk to the Southwest, they want to federalism, they want to own all the VAT that they collect. If you talk to the Southeast, they want another state created, even though actually they neither have the space or the population to have that. But if you talk to us now, what we want to do is to use what we have to get what we are looking for.
And what do you have that you're using?
We have over 70% of the land mass of Nigeria. We have over 60% of the population. So we are going to use our land mass and our population and our natural resources, especially soil minerals, to sit and talk about restructuring. The North should no longer be viewed as running away from restructuring. We are ready and able and willing to commence discussions on these issues.
You're a lawyer, former chairman of the body of benchers. There are calls for a new constitution. Would you not be willing to sit with other parts of the country to firm up a new constitution that works for everyone if there's a sovereign national?
Hello, my people. Now, welcome back. So, we are back again. So, this issue of Hausa, Fulani, and Yoruba still continue based on say, okay, they don't want to quit on this division matter. They are still in it. As you can see in the video, the Yoruba people and Hausa people, they have come out to say that, okay, let Nigeria be divided so that they will have peace. Although, me, I don't know anything where we say, okay, Igbo people don't do to them, where we say, okay, all this issue is still going on. Now, no, say, normally, this division of 18 has been like they have been talking about it like for over 7 years now. So all these things that they have been talking, we never see anything inside, but now they say they are serious. They are ready to shade Igbo out of them. Though me, I don't know what Igbo people don't do to them. I don't know what Igbo people don't spoil for their side. Though I am not talking about Yoruba, I mean those Hausa and Fulani, they should go their own way because I think they are the only people who are against this country. They are the people who bring corruption into this country. If they say, okay, they should leave this country for only Yoruba and Igbo, I think this country will be better than this. So, waiting, I get to tell you where we say they hear me now. So, make sure you make up your mind. Any decision where we say, okay, they won't bring, if not, they won't leave this country, make them leave, make it remain Igbo and Yoruba for inside this country. Because if they leave Igbo and Yoruba for inside this country, I think those two languages, they will use their own head where do this country where the way you go better. So, waiting, I won't make you website they hear me now.
Alright guys, so this is where we find ourselves. Before we know very well that Hausas, they don't want to use their ear to hear Ariwa, Oduduwa and Biafra. No one wants to hear that. And this is the very reason why these guys have held Nnamdi Kanu and also with Simon Ekpa, holding them back. In other words, you know, holding them back to Nigerian government means holding back the vision. But you know, there is a way you beat a child for too long. One day, the child is definitely going to intervene and retaliate. And this has become too bad to the extent that even the Hausas, they are so eager to leave. They are so eager to leave the Nigeria. You see the analysis the man gave, say Nigeria is like a cake that is about to be divided. Nigeria is like a cake that is about to be divided. All right, so just in case the first time you're meeting me, please, my name is Toby Samuel. Welcome to my channel. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on the videos. And we'll be right back with other updates in the next video.